I grew up in Longview, Texas, in a neighborhood on 3 streets. There were about 85 homes there. And back in the 70s and 80s, there were kids running all over that neighborhood. We had lots of friends in the neighborhood playing in each other's homes and yards. And we had some good friends that lived down the street that also went to church with us. Bill and Jan Howard and their daughters, Wendy and Laura. And one summer, when I was real little, my mom and Jan decided to host a neighborhood VBS on Fridays. And they would teach us a Bible lesson and serve cookies and red Kool-Aid, and that was a big hit with all the neighborhood kids. They taught us all kinds of lessons. We learned about Jesus. We learned about Abraham. We learned about Moses. A couple of lessons that I remember very well. One was when we learned about Jonah inside the belly of that fish. They taped a bunch of trash bags together and hooked a fan up to one end, and it inflated into a large fish. And we all climbed in the belly of that fish and learned how Jonah was in there for 3 days. And probably my favorite lesson was David and Goliath. My mom and Jan drew a big picture of Goliath, and they taped it to the side of the house, and they let us throw rocks at it. That was so much fun. We all had a blast throwing rocks at a poster on the side of the house. And you can see the picture of that Goliath here in this photo. And that's me in the Batman shirt with the cutoffs. Wendy Howard, that's her in the black shirt with the asteroid on it. And Laura, her younger sister, is there wearing the cowboy hat. And over on the left in the striped overall shorts is my good friend Braden Hosel. And I'll talk more about him in a little bit. And after the summer was over, my mom began studying the Bible with some of these mothers of these children. They knew she was a Christian because she had been teaching a VBS in the neighborhood all summer, and so she would ask them for Bible studies. And one lady in particular, Debbie Hosel, Braden's mother, took an interest, and she began studying the Bible with my mom. Now, she had become knowledgeable of the Scriptures, and she knew the truth. And one morning, my mom got up and went over to her house and knocked on the door, and she said, "Debbie, you know the truth. What's keeping you from becoming a Christian?" And Debbie said, I'm ready now. And so she gave her life to Christ. She was baptized into Christ. And not long after that, her husband Harry also became a Christian. And the Hosels had 6 kids: Todd, Scott, Braden, Addie, Rebecca, and Katie. And as they grew up, they all became Christians as well. Later on, Harry became an elder in the church, and all these kids grew up and they married Christian spouses, and now they have families of their own. If you look at this picture here, you can see that there are 29 people in their family now, all following Christ or being raised to follow Christ as they grow up. My friend Braden, the one from the picture earlier with the striped overall shorts, he's on the far left with his wife and his 4 kids. Braden is a minister. And a long time ago, he was a youth minister at Impact Church of Christ, working with Paul Woodward and the kids down there. And when my mom passed away in 2012, Braden sent me this note. "Your family is in my prayers. Your mom shared Jesus with my parents when I was just a little boy. Her love and courage changed my parents' lives, and through their changed lives, the course of my own life was eternally changed. In John 15:16, Jesus says that He has appointed us to go bear fruit that will endure. The fruit of your mom's life is enduring not only through your family and Andrew's family, that's my brother, but also through my own family. What a blessed legacy." Braden Hosel. Jesus calls us to bear fruit that will last, even beyond our lifetime.